Hi, it's Marianne with a scrapbooking process video, and today I used some product from, I think it's Paige Evans, Pink Paislee, Take Me Away, and one sheet of Dear Lizzie documentary, I think it is. It's that piece right there. It's the one that looks like it's watercolored. And I had pulled this paper with the houses on it. I saw a few layouts on Pinterest that I thought were really interesting where they cut apart the houses. So I was going to use it for one of my daughter's moving into the dorm pictures, and I had the papers picked and the picture picked, and it was kind of just sitting in a pile. And my daughter was home from college, and she walked by and she's like, "Oh, that's cute paper. That would go great from my trip from Amsterdam." So I was like, "Oh, Amsterdam, great. Do you have any photos from that?" And she said, "Yeah, actually I do." So instead, I used these photos from Amsterdam. And my daughter and her friend went to Amsterdam, I think for a weekend when they were in London maybe. And supposedly, this paper looks just like the houses in Amsterdam. I wouldn't know. I've never been there, but so I changed my mind, and the photos worked just as well with this paper combination that I picked out. And so that's where that came from. So here I'm just fussy cutting out the houses that I want. I'm going to use like a strip of the houses, and then I fussy cut out two separate ones that I'm going to pop up and put next to each other, next to the photo. So it's two photos that I made smaller and printed it out with my selfie. And that heart paper, I think, is also Pink Paislee, same line, the Take Me Away collection. And I had bought some a while ago and hadn't used any of it. So I'm glad I'm not hoarding it. It's bright, springy colors, so I was in the mood to do that. And for once, I'm actually doing a video for my own channel instead of just for the Crafty Mavens. So it was one of my New Year resolutions to put something on my own channel. So at least I can cross that off my list. I'm hopeful that I can, do some more videos also. I have a new job. I don't work at Pier 1 anymore. So this job is more of a regular schedule, so I might be able to use my crafty time more wisely going forward. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I also was doing a challenge on one of the message boards that I belong to, and so there was kind of like a list of ingredients or, things to use on the page. And one of the ingredients was use something really old from your stash. So you can kind of see over there in the corner of the video there that I have some Making Memories brads and a metal label holder that I'm going to put on the page. And I don't even know how old that is, from maybe 2001, at least 2002, somewhere around there. It's very old. And, I don't have a lot, I don't have everything that I ever bought for scrapbooking, but some things I held on because, I feel like a label holder, that's timeless. And honestly, it's all timeless. Whatever you're going to use in your scrapbook, it really doesn't matter how old it is or what the trends are. If you like it, you should use it. It's just, having worked in a scrapbook store and having, a friend that owned a scrapbook store, I'm just more up on maybe what was, popular way back when, or the trends, or whatever you want to call it. So, not that it's important to me, but it just feels sometimes like it's more right to use other things. Maybe it's just my level of taste has changed. I'm not really sure what it is. So I went looking through my stash of thickers, and I wanted to just, I guess my title is just going to be Amsterdam. I am going to use like a little banner that says hello. So my title is going to end up being Hello Amsterdam. So I couldn't believe that I hadn't used these thickers before. The whole package was brand new, but they're like a hot pink, and they're a little distressed, and the color was just right for this layout. And those right there, those chipboard pieces, I'm going to say they're probably from Pink Paislee Citrus Bliss. My friend Lisa gave them to me. Hi, Lisa. She's one of my best scrapbooking friends and just a best friend in general. And also want to say hello to my friend Karen. Hi, Karen. So Karen and Lisa and I went on a little scrapbooking weekend with some other friends and had a really great time at the beginning of the year. And hopefully going forward we'll do that every year. We used to do it all the time, and then kind of things got away from us. We all went in different directions and had too many obligations to get it together. But I think life has slowed down for all of us, so we might be able to get together more often. We're hopeful anyway. So there, I just fussy cut out that big yellow one because I felt like to balance out the layout, I needed a third yellow house. So figured out how to do that. And that little piece up there, that hello, is a piece of chipboard that came off that sticker sheet that my friend Lisa gave me. And also that other sticker I'm going to end up putting on. It's a black one from Studio Calico. That one's a few years old also. Just had in my stash. And I'm going to use one of those little metal label holders, and why can't I think of what that's called? Just one of those chipboard frames. And so to make the houses stand out a little bit more, because everything was very pastel, I just got my Tim Holtz Distresser and Distress ink. I feel like that one's probably Pumice Stone. That's the one I've been using lately. So I'm just going to distress the edges just so it stands out a little bit against the lighter background. And that's going to take me a while to do that. And I think on another video, maybe on a Crafty Mavens video, I had said I liked the other Tim Holtz Distresser better, the one that was like more rectangular. But I've since changed my mind. I really do like this little round one now. I guess, which is good because they have stopped selling the other one, at least as far as I could tell. The one that was rectangular, I'm sure everybody still has some of those. And mine, I only ever had, one at a time. I didn't have one for each different like color hanging in one of those racks that you would see people have sometimes. But anyway, my handle was always kind of loose and rolling around. So, but I did like the coverage, I guess, that it gave all at once, because it was a bigger surface to work with. But this little one is easier to hold and just easier to use. So I'm going to glue everything down. Just going to mark off on my page where I wanted that. That's the other side of that paper. And of course, once I start to get going, then my adhesive ran out, so I'll just have to change my adhesive roll. And if you've struggled with that, it's not that hard once you follow those little arrows on the ATG and get it going. I know I scrapbook with one friend that always, she's like, oh good, you're here. I can't put new tape in my ATG. So just get the roll started. I'm going to start gluing. And that's pretty straight. I don't always concern myself with things being perfectly straight. It just doesn't bother me. I don't generally notice it. But I did want things to be a little straight on here. But like my title, I don't know. The more I try to make something straight, the less straight it becomes, the longer it takes me. So I don't really concern myself too much with that. I know it's important to some people, and that's okay too. So there, that's basically what my page is going to look like. And I had two small pictures, one of my daughter and her friend, and then one that she took of the canal. And I guess the deal is that along the canal are these colorful houses, and that's what the paper looks like. So I'm just sticking some Scotch foam tape on the back, and the roll I have is probably really old, so I just put some more adhesive on it. My newer roll sticks a lot better, but this one I'm just using up. I found it in a drawer and I forgot I had it, so I mean, it's really old. So I just give it a little help by putting a little extra glue on it. And I didn't want it too high up. I just wanted a little bit of dimension on those two that go on either side of the photo. And that's Let's Do This stickers from Studio Calico when I used to sub. And then I decided I was going to just make a little banner up there in the corner. Well, I didn't make the banner, but I was going to put the banner up there so my page title would be Hello Amsterdam. And then I thought maybe I would just put the hello on a little piece of twine. So I couldn't decide what color. Maybe the pink and the white twine stripe. I couldn't decide. I end up going with the white off that card of Doodlebug. So when I laid it down across like that, I liked how it curled, which was totally by accident. I didn't mean for that to happen. So then I decided that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to twirl my twine across the page and glue it like that. Easier said than done, it turns out, especially once you start gluing and get a little glue on your fingers. Then the twine starts sticking to your fingers and it makes it twice as hard. Plus my Scotch quick dry adhesive in that bottle. I guess it's where my scrapbook desk is. It's right in the window, so it kind of gets, I don't want to say all the weather, but you know, if it's sunny, it's just not in the best place, I don't think, and I don't scrapbook every day, so the top is always clogged. So I'm really working hard here with my older pair of scissors to unclog it. I'm too lazy to get up and get a toothpick and swish it out. So I'm going to start off with a little knot right there. And now I'm going to attempt to glue the string across the page. But like I said, then my fingers start getting a little gluey, and thankfully the quick dry adhesive does dry clear in the end. So, and you know, I mean, it's twine. A little glue is going to show. That's just the way it goes, and I'm okay with that. And those thickers are also going to need a lot of glue on the back because there's no adhesive left whatsoever. I don't remember where I got them. Probably in a Cocoa Daisy kit, I'm going to guess. Maybe from a few years ago, now that I think about it. But I'm definitely a pink person, so I knew I would use them eventually. And I was really happy with the way they end up looking on this page. But so at first when I go to glue down the letters, I think I try to use a ruler, but it always ends up worse for me if I try to make it straight. So I just eyeball it, and it's always straight enough for me. So I kind of wanted it to curl a little bit there. There's something different on a page. I don't think I had done this before, not that I remember. Anyway, so it gave it a little of a whimsical feel, I felt like, which would be just right for the page, I felt like. So I'm getting there, twirling it around. So I hope you don't hold on to all your stuff forever. Sometimes it's time to clear out your older product that you just know you're never going to use and free up your space from, you know, things that are cluttering up. Or even if you, you know, go through your space and fill up a box of stuff that you think that maybe you're not going to use anymore, and just, you know, take it out of your space. Maybe just put it, you know, in a storage area for a while. And then if you haven't gone and looked through the stuff for 6 months, you can donate it or throw it out if you feel like it's like garbage stuff. Sometimes I go through my pattern paper and there's just certain pieces of paper that I know I'm never going to use. So if I'm working on something that's inky, I might, put it underneath my page that I'm working on and just use it as, like a drop cloth kind of thing, and then just throw it out when I'm done. Or I might just recycle them, but it's not worth it to really sell paper that you're not going to use because the cost of shipping is just so much, and 12 by 12 paper is so bulky. So I don't really let it bother me, and I'm not talking about a lot of pieces of paper either. That it's just every once in a while I come across a few sheets of paper that probably came in a kit, probably came from Studio Calico, that I just know, just not my style. I will never use it, even on a challenge to use something ugly. Just won't use it. So sometimes it frees up your creativity to clear out your space a little bit of stuff that maybe you like to work on your art journaling, only sometimes or something like that. Or if you just want to hold on to something that you think you're going to use for art journaling. So make a box that's just art journaling and take it out of your regular rotation of stuff. I find that's helpful too if I have, my stuff organized in a certain way. So here I'm just looking through the label holders. I thought maybe I would use some oval ones if it was a nice contrast against that square frame, but I decided on the rectangle one. And I also had some making memory brads that are also very old, and they were never opened. So I'm thinking my friend Lisa, hi Lisa, gave them to me. So I took 2 pink ones, and instead of trying to poke them through the page, I just put them through the label holder, and then I'll just glue dot them to the page. So I decided I'm going to put the date in the label holder. So I was trying to find the right size sticker letters and the right color that I wanted to use. And I wanted to write June 2015. That's when the page is from, or when the picture was taken. But I couldn't get, the page is more white than cream based. And a lot of the little stickers I have, especially the October afternoon ones, they're more cream based. I end up using those gray ones though. But I didn't have enough room. They were a little bit bigger. So I'm not going to be able to fit June 2015 in there. So I'm just going to write June 15. And then I'm contemplating going back to the page and maybe putting the 20 above the label holder. I'm not sure about that. And I thought I might use this Jelly Bean Soup word. It was definitely the right color. And it says awesome. But it just got lost on that heart paper. And just didn't need to be there. Can you hear that? That's my doggie. She wants a little attention. I don't know if that was on there or not. And I'm also going to use, I think, 1 or 2 stickers off of this sheet from Maggie Holmes. I don't know which collection it's from. Maybe Bloom? Yeah, maybe Bloom. Not sure. So I just used one that says perfect, and then a little puffy heart that was yellow. So now I have yellow, really 3 places across the page, in each corner and across the middle. So that spreads the yellow around. And then I'm going to go look for a third thing to go in that little frame there. I'm not sure what. Oh, my tape came out. Had to readjust. Yeah, so I'm looking for a third thing to go in there. I know I wanted to use some enamel dots on here, but now I'm unsure what color or where to put them, because usually I do put them in the corners of the page, but this page didn't really call for that because I felt like it might be more of a distraction. I do like these hearts. They were from a Studio Calico kit. I feel like they might have been from a card kit, actually. So then I decide I should probably put some hearts on the page since I have that one heart down there. I'm going to try some enamel dots, but they're not going to work out. So I do end up going with one of the hearts. I think one of the pink hearts, and then I find the third thing to go in the little frame there. I was very indecisive. So I did like the black heart. So I couldn't decide what could I put there, but I didn't really like the two hearts next to each other. And then I think I'm going to look through my wood veneer. I was looking for something little. Yep. And oh, I know. I did have a list of things that I needed to use for this page to fulfill for a challenge, and one of them was wood grain. So I hadn't had anything wood grain on the page yet, so I thought of, I had that wood veneer that was that brown color, even though it didn't really go with the colors of the page. But when I put one of the little wood grain hearts on the page, I really ended up liking it. So I'm going to put it up towards that banner. You can't really see it, I'm out of the shot, but it's up next to the hello, and I really like it up there, actually. So then I moved one of the pink hearts down below the label holder, and then I have the third yellow heart over in the little frame, and then I found a wood veneer bicycle, which was just perfect for this page. It's hard to see on the camera, but in the photo there is a bicycle in the canal picture.